Good morning. As you can see, we are in a parking garage. Thanks for joining us on our day 3 of Memphis. So later on we're going to go to the Civil Rights Museum. We can't film in there, but we can take photos, so we'll take a few and of course throw them in here as when we start talking about it. But of course for the rest of the day we're just kind of winging it. I think we're gonna, since it's nice and it's supposed to be cloudy and rainy tomorrow, we're gonna go walk up Beale Street during the daytime, go check out a few shops through there, see what's going on in the area. A lot of construction so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of construction all around.
Yeah, a lot of construction going on, but that's not gonna detour us. So yeah, let's go see what we can wander off into, guys. And as always, thanks for joining along. Okay, where are we at?
We made it to Beale Street.
Alright, so back that way is the Elvis Presley Plaza where you can get a picture with one of Elvis's statue. But we've been to Graceland, so check done, son. But welcome to Beale Street. Later tonight, we are going to BBQ's for dinner. But that's where I've been wanting to go, is the Schwab's. It doesn't open until 12.
Oh, goodness.
It doesn't open till 12. So we're just gonna explore. She's gonna wander off like she always does. But that's where I want to go, Schwab's.
Open. We are open. We are closed at 2.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go see.
Okay. We can go see. There's another place that we go to is Rum Boogie's Cafe.
You said what?
Rum Boogie's Cafe. That's supposed to be really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think they might be open. So they're open, so we're gonna go in. So this is supposed to be like a general goods store with a bunch of weird knick-knack stuff. I'm super excited, and then they have an ice cream place.
I guess she's having ice cream.
I'm having ice cream at 11:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, look at this mermaid. Oh, and it's a magnet.
Oh. It's cool. Shut your pie hole.
What the clock? Are we there yet?
Definitely not. Dogs. Peanut butter jelly shakers. Is this a cookie jar? Oh, it's a cookie jar.
These are cool.
For my not beach theme house that I want. The salt and pepper shaker? Or like the suntan lotion.
Oh yeah.
The Man Bar. Spiced tobacco, coastal driftwood fragrance. For the men. The men.
For fragrance.
Wine shirts. Lip shit. She found some stuff. Hold on. Let's see what's up. What'd you find?
Goat soap.
Goat soap. We actually like goat soap, so.
Oh, a brush soap.
Like for your makeup brushes?
Yeah, for brushes.
Smells
good.
Smells good. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So nice. All those hats over there for you. Some weird purses. Fiesta blankets.
That's pretty cool.
Cool little corner. All the kicker hats you can get.
And they should.
Don't stop believing. Never stop believing. Don't put baby in a corner. I think we can go upstairs. Go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tall.
Alright. So, I think this is what a Schwab's used to sell. Because, like I said, it was a general store. It's from the 1950s. A lot of Schwab with that. And that's where we were just at. cash register. Basically, it's the history of the store all up here from like 1910 to like 1950, which is pretty
first opened.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's a general store primarily. Now it's a kind of wacky knickknacks, paddywhack. Get me some ice cream here in the next couple of minutes. This is the music section. This is three stories. Three stories. Candles. I'm getting away from that. Your fortune handling.
1 penny. No, weight under 30 pounds. Well, we exceed that. It's okay. I weigh too much. I weigh too much. Little journals, tarot cards, some tarot cards. I know nothing about tarot cards, but I've always wanted a tarot card reading, in case anyone's interested. You can get a recipe card with freaking Elvis on it. Elvis. Elvis jumpsuit PJs. Do you see this? You said what?
Elvis jumpsuit PJs. I can run around like Elvis. Guys, yesterday when we were at Graceland, they had a jumpsuit. It was like $4,000 called the American Eagle jumpsuit. I can now buy PJs. She's laughing over here, but I'm half serious about getting them. What do you think? I got the hair. I got the hair. Candies. Candy. Stage planks. I did some planks this morning. Jelly, pecan apple butter, helping pepper jelly, rhubarb. All of this apple butter, pumpkin butter. Ooh. Sugar daddy. Goo-goo clusters. I'm pointing out candy that I really like to eat. Bit of honey. Those are my favorite to just snack on. Okay. Bubbles. Pet rat gum candy. Oh, it's a spider.
all funky. Yeah. No. I like this shirt. The Schwab one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was looking for like a sticker or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen one. It would have been there.
You think? Alright, this is the old school soda shop where I'm gonna get me some ice cream. Maybe if I can find somebody. I got the Elvis shake. It's peanut butter and banana, in case you guys didn't know what the Elvis shake is. It's like a peanut butter and banana sandwich without the bread. It is so good. So good. Peanut butter Elvis shake. It is so good. And it's made from scratch. That green little machine right there, I should put it in. And now I'm chilling with my shake next to this toad. Banana moon pie moonshine. Banana moon pie moonshine? Yeah?
Right there.
Oh, okay, I see it. Look right there.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, guys. You come to Beale Street during the daytime because this place closes at 5. Come to Schwab's. It's really cool. Get a milkshake. Okay, guys. So I ate my shake. It was delicioso.
She ate it, not drink it. She ate it.
I ate it. I was like, okay, fine. I drank it. I completed my shake. But yeah, we just hung out there because
Stay in the
sometimes.
second lane from the left.
Siri, I'm trying to talk. Sometimes you just gotta, sit and take in the moment. The moment being that was really in a cool, like, 50s soda ice cream shop. And was just enjoying one another's company. Killing time as well, right before we head off to the Civil Rights Museum, which is where we're going now. We're going to get there early enough, A, to find parking, because, God forbid, I'm late to this appointment, and B, to check in, because it says to arrive 15 minutes prior to your slotted time that you picked. So
Go past these lights, then use the left lane to keep left onto South 2nd Street.
Alright, bet. But I'm a very strong proponent of following directions for the most part in life. When it comes to things like this, yes. Anything else, man, it's kind of wishy-washy.
It goes like that. Yeah, I should. Yeah.
I don't know. We're about to find out. We're about to figure out where this road's taking us a little bit. But yeah, if you're in Memphis, along with everything else we're suggesting, and you hit up Beale Street during the daytime, not on Tuesdays and not on Wednesdays, okay, guys? No Tuesday, no Wednesday. A Schwab is closed on those days. So, make sure you go any other time. And it's only open from like 10, 11. Today they said until 5. So you got a very limited
At the
window.
lights, turn right onto East G Patterson Avenue. Then the destination is on your right.
Bet. I think we're almost there. But yeah, very limited time to get into Schwab's. Look around. Go check out the little history about the place. Being that it was a prior general store. And then get a freaking shake. What are you doing? You only live once. But yeah, I think we've arrived to the Civil Rights Museum. Like I said, can't film, but we'll show you some photos. So let's go do this.
Is on your right.
Welcome to the Civil Rights Museum, guys. So this museum is split into 2 sections. The main area, as you can see here, has the Lorraine Motel front attached to it. Here it houses 206 artifacts, has 23 to 26 exhibits, has more than 40 films of oral histories, and has as well interactive media. The second part is across the street from the main museum, which is the old rooming house was located at. Now, going through here, I captured a lot of photos in regards to MLK leading up to his assassination, and photos of the rooming house, and then of course room 306 where MLK was assassinated. But there's so much more to this museum, and if I'm ever back in Tennessee, I'm going back and finishing my tour of it, because there is so much information that you don't get while you're in school that I just was trying to soak up so much of it. I definitely am going back. But let's start with the second half of the museum across the street where James Earl Ray was staying in the rooming house. It was March 28th, 1968, and King had flew in from New York City to join the march in Memphis for the sanitation workers. Now, for March 29th and the 30th, it was noted for James Earl Ray that he had purchased a .243 type of rifle and ammo at a stop he had made in Alabama under the fake name Lohmeyer. He later exchanged said rifle for the 30-60 under the Lohmeyer, which he would use to assassinate MLK. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit to April 4th, 1968. The morning of, King was waiting to hear if the federal court will lift an injunction against the demonstration that was planning to take place on the 5th of April in Memphis. As the day progressed, by 3 p.m., the decision to lift the injunction was relayed to King. Him and his party gathered at the Lorraine, celebrated there shortly, and then later King returned to his room 306. Now, it's a little before 6 p.m. now, and Reverend Kyle has joined King and Abernathy in room 306 to gather the party to go to dinner. King steps out on his balcony, and at 6:05, King was shot outside of his room 306 at the Lorraine Motel. Now, within moments of the shots being fired, 11 Memphis officers were there on the scene to investigate. Investigators were giving close attention to 5 Bravo and the bathroom of the second floor across the street where the rooming house was. Outside a neighboring building, officers had found a blanket where the rifle and some other paraphernalia of James Earl Ray was stashed. MLK was transported to St. Joseph's Hospital, where at 7:05 p.m. he was pronounced dead. James Earl Ray during this time was on the run. He traveled from the States up into Canada and then even went internationally. James Earl Ray wasn't arrested until June 8th in Europe, specifically London, which ended a 65-day manhunt. A month later, James was sent back stateside, post being arrested in London, where the state of Tennessee had jurisdiction over this case. Now, Ray at the time went back and forth between lawyers, assigning them, unassigning them, but ultimately by March 10th of 1969, Ray had pled guilty to first-degree murder. Now, the next few photos that we're about to show you are evidence artifacts, which are arranged according to the locations where they were found. Some are real artifacts and others are replicas. When you see the green legends, that means they are original artifacts. The red legends means they are refabricated. They're not original. The most shocking item that was there, which as you can see here, was the original bullet removed from Martin Luther King. Also on display is the autopsy report from the Shelby County Medical Examiner. But once we finished that second area, we headed back over to the Lorraine Motel front, and you see a glimpse of MLK's room 306, with the wreath and everything, where it's laid out so that people can mourn and celebrate the life of MLK. Now, we went through the museum, and when you go through the museum, you see exhibits like Rosa Parks, the March on Washington where Martin Luther King performed his I Have a Dream speech, Jim Crow, protesting for various rights, as well as probably the most profound photo of a speech done by President Lyndon B. Johnson to the joint session of Congress. With everything going on today, still reading that gave me chills. Lastly, of course, you see into King's room 306, and his last hours. Those around King recount the last moments leading up and during the shot that took MLK's life. You stand in what would be room 307, located next door to room 306, looking into it. As you exit the museum, you arrive into present day, of course, but I know for me, I'm still thinking about everything that I learned there, and I'm still kind of at a loss for words. Thus why I want to go back and just keep soaking in everything. I hope you enjoyed the quick glimpse of what the Civil Rights Museum has to offer, and I highly, highly recommend checking it out if you are ever in Memphis. Okay guys, so there is the Civil Rights Museum. Of course, it is has part of the Lorraine Motel, and then across the way, right there, is the second half of the museum. So when I read on the website for the Civil Rights Museum, it said about average people spend an hour and a half in there. We just spent, 3.5 hours in there?
Basically 4 hours.
3.5 to 4 hours in there. Let me tell you, there is so much to read. Because the history of this nation about African Americans and their struggle to come over segregation, and I mean, we're still fighting that battle today, whether we want to admit it or not. But just to go from point A, when people were like, I'm tired of this, all the way to point B, it stopped off with MLK being shot. But if you're planning on spending an hour and a half in that museum, you're not even going to get maybe but the tip of the iceberg, would you say, of everything that it has to offer.
Yeah.
And it's 2 parts. Guys, I walked out of the first part of the museum after looking at this exhibit, and then walked across the street to where they had the apartments, the slum apartments where Ray lived and shot across and killed MLK. We did that. We thoroughly read through everything, and then we came over here, and the lady who initially
introduced herself to us and told us about the exhibit. Was like, weren't you guys over here? I was like, yeah, but I missed part of the museum. And she started laughing. She goes, girl, you got 23 exhibits to go. I said, 23? And we were reading them. And then at 4 o'clock, the museum came over and was like, guys, we close at 5. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not even a quarter of the way through. Plan accordingly.
So maybe do the little audio if they offer it. That might be easier.
Probably. Totally go with audio. Oh my God. There's a great suggestion. I'm gonna go head out and get something to eat because we skipped lunch to go to this and now it's dinner time.
I know.
So we'll be back. Alright? You just wait.
Okay, we decided on barbecue.
Yeah.
So excited. I'm hungry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it was right across the street and everywhere I've read so that this was the best barbecue. But I mean, I think as long as you're trying Memphis barbecue, you might as well just try Memphis barbecue. I don't, it can't be any worse than Vernon, right? Vernon Steakhouse. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of...
It was me.
It was, man, not what you were supposed to expect.
Yeah.
Definitely not. What'd you get?
I got brisket, and my sides are baked beans and green beans. All the beans. But we're gonna share sides.
Yes. And then I got this cutie on a sandwich. What a biggie.
And I got mac and cheese as my side instead of slaw.
But yeah. There's live music back there. She's getting me sauce. What sauce do you get?
This is mild for you.
Okay. You gonna get some?
Yeah.
Alright, so we just got back from dinner. We ate at Central Barbecue. Showed you the food, but I thought we would talk about it a little bit. So, being from Texas, we've grown up kind of on Texas barbecue. Moving, I've tried Carolina style barbecue, and I think I favor that a lot more than Texas barbecue, but Memphis, of course, has its own style of barbecue, and so we thought, when in Rome, why not try it? So, we had Vernon Steakhouse, which is at Graceland, and I think that is just a really, like, high produced style of barbecue.
Yeah, I feel like it was very much like cafeteria style food.
Yes. So it wasn't really a good sense for us to gauge how Memphis barbecue is. Like, that's not fair to Memphis. So we ate at Central Barbecue, a lot of places that I read on the internet, and then even our host recommended us trying Central Barbecue, and I'm glad we did. It wasn't bad. Of course, Texas brisket, you're used to it being sliced a lot thicker.
Yeah.
This was more like shaved. And it could just been the location. But their motto was smoked is our sauce. And I don't know, I had a few bites of the brisket and I thought it was very tender, but it could also just been because it was like sliced very thin. And they slow smoke all their stuff. But for you, what did you tell me?
I think this is my preference. I just said that I prefer Texas style brisket. It's more on the smokier side. Wherever you have it at, it's always more smokier versus the brisket I had today. But I've only had it at Central. I've not had it anywhere else. But that was just my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I had a pork sandwich, of course. I thought the pork was shredded, very tender. I thought it did, because I did eat a little bit of it without putting their mild
sauce on it, and it had a good smoke to it, I thought. But then again, when I eat barbecue, I've never been one to like think about barbecue, I guess you could say, until recently, like doing a lot of traveling for work, and then just for us for fun, stopping eating barbecue. And this is a stretch, but I actually like some of the Florida barbecue places better because they're more on the Carolina side.
I agree. I think there's a couple of places in Florida that had really good competition that I liked better than Texas barbecue.
Oh yeah, where we're at right now in Texas, you get two things, really bad Tex-Mex or very mediocre barbecue. Yeah, so we tend not to go towards either one of those when we're back home. Central Barbecue, give it a try if you're here in Memphis. When you do, let us know what you thought about it. I will not tell you not to go there.
I think it's definitely worth a try. It was really good. I enjoyed the meal, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. So, first barbecue place down, one more to go, maybe to get a better judgment on it. But yeah, I think dinner for us is gonna round out the evening. We're gonna hang with our pup because he's been home for a little bit and he wants some attention and he totally deserves it. But we got one more day in Memphis. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Gonna fly by the seat of our pants. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this extravagant day of learning a lot about history, our history, and tomorrow be a little more lighthearted for sure. Because like I said, no idea what we're doing. But don't forget to subscribe if you're liking this travel series. We'll also link our Disney one down below. We got many more places to go explore, and we appreciate you guys coming along with us. But until tomorrow, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.